So hey guys, look at this. What is this? It is an art talks video. I know. What is going on? What am I talking about? What is happening here? Well, this is a video I've wanted to make for a while, and I just never had good enough footage to properly explain it. So I believe I do here, finally. So let's talk about the art for a second and then get into the point of why you're here and what the heck color blocking is. Because, you know, some people might just think, well, don't you mean flats? Flats, color blocking, it's the same thing, realistically. So anyway, I am currently working on this was a fan art chibi commission for Skyek 2 or Letters of Sky from Twitter for Affinity DeviantArt. She has those two usernames. And she does have Patreon as well. She does writing stuff, and that is my alarm. That is, so proper and everything. Anyway, but it is of Mike Morton from Identity V, because if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you know I'm kind of grossly obsessed with it. And so are other people. We're trying to get as many people into this game as we can as possible. Not sponsored, okay? It's not. Don't think it is. But anyway, there's that, just so you know. Characters from, gets commission, blah, blah, blah. We're getting into the details. So what is color blocking? So I've been doing color blocking now, I would say, for about a year and a half from color blocking compared to how I used to do flats. So most of my work recently has been all done on my iPad Pro because of my computer issues and program issues and tablet issues, and, my life's got issues. So I've been using my iPad Pro for a lot of stuff because it's just sadly something that's reliable now. I'm looking back at my iPad Pro video and I'm just shaking my head at how karma likes to, fight me. But when you color block, I've seen people do black and white. I've seen people do multiple neon colors. I've seen people do grayscale. I've seen people do that. I prefer, and it's random for the color I pick at the time. I prefer to do like a random color, like a red or a purple is usually what I go for, but I can go for anything. And I will just mess with the hues, and I will block off certain sections of the thing that I am coloring. This character is really simple. It's a chibi, but his outfit, as you see when I get the references up, his outfit has a lot of intricate, detailed designs to it. It has a lot of different mix-match patterns because, he's a Harlequin, and the Fool's Heart is my favorite skin. Thank you very much. But it's got a lot of details there that because he wears the bodysuit, I felt it would be easier to color block off certain sections than just fill the whole thing in. So what I used to do back in the day is I would use the select tool, I still technically do in Procreate, and I would select and invert and then fill, and then I would use clip layers after the filled layer, and then I would lock the layer, or I would unlock and then lock and refill. By the way, I guess I should say this is for people who kind of understand how layer locking works. I'm sorry if you don't. I don't really want to go into that right now. If you understand how layer locking works, you also don't need to use locked layers. Just, it is easier for what I'm talking about. But if you're like, what are you talking about? Look up other videos on it. I'm not really comfortable talking about it because I've been doing it for so long, and the name is also in the title where you're locking a layer. But anyway, this is why I always tell people learn digital art programs before you get big fancy tablets, because you'll understand what I'm talking about if you're a digital artist. So anyway, you color block them with different hues in different sections, so that way it'll be easier to do patterns, close, fills. It's sort of a saving time thing. You also notice when you get that missing pixel or that red dot or something along those lines. If you've been an artist for a while, you know what I'm talking about. So when you have those, what you do is you will color block the layer, all right? And then you will be able to easily fill in things. Now, I know people who just go on with the colors. Obviously, this probably won't work for digital painting. I don't do digital painting. I do cel-shaded stuff or flats. Most of my work is that way. Nothing on digital painters. You're beautiful, and I love you, but I don't got the patience for that. Maybe someday I'd love to do it, because I would, but today is not that day. So, when you have the color blocked, it's easier to be able to see different sections you probably wouldn't see. Another thing I've been doing recently with my iPad, and I'll probably do this when I do go back to digital on my computer, I've been making the line art semi-transparent so I can see all of the sections where it's missing, because I like colored line art. I like coloring things. If you guys have been here, I might be a goth fashion-wise and out in public, but I love colors. When I work in my art, I love colors. I also love monochromatic, which is why it's my favorite skin with a pop of color. But I love being able to see all the good nitty-gritty details. So when you're color blocking, it's easier to be like, that's just the hair. And when it's like an ugly color, like when I use the purple and you use the different hues, you can find out, yep, that's all the hair. Yep, that's all the hat. Yep, you know, I'll do the arms, I'll do the shoes, I'll do this. If you're doing a very complicated piece, you'll be like, okay, this will be leaves, this will be flower petals, this will be different layers in the drawing, so you can see it more whole. And then when you put the colors together, it's easier to see if they mesh well, if the patterns match up, if the clothing fold patterns match up. Something I'm trying to do more with my own work. Chibis, it's chibi, you can kind of get away with a couple of things here, but like clothing folds and patterns, you know? I used to be the person, and I'm not going to say I don't still sometimes my own personal work, but you'll have like textures or patterns, and they won't be like going with the folds of the fabric or the folds of the skin. Like something I do at one point, I hopefully I kept it in. If not, it's definitely in the speed paint version of this if you want to watch that, where I did a pattern across the little stand that he's sitting on, and I warped it so it would be in a circular pattern so it would go around with the shape. I don't know why I'm doing this. I know you guys can't see my like face, but like while I'm talking, I'm like doing the thing with my fingers, and I'm realizing now, Michelle, why am I doing that? You're not on webcam, they're not going to see you doing that, but that's just the stuff I do. But you do it that way to get the folds and to make it look a little bit more natural, so it doesn't look just like it's stamped on. You see it a lot in like anime and things too, where unless there's like a point to it, like sometimes you see like galaxy patterns or stuff, but you'll see stuff like a character will move and the pattern won't move, or it'll move with them but not with like the folding and the way it goes. So that's another thing that color blocking will help you do, because you'll be able to have sections off of things and you won't have to bleed into colors. And yeah, I think that's about that. Or, you know, you can use the selection tool on that. So here's a quick little art tips on why I've been doing color blocking and why it's while it has added an extra step and it does add more time to my work, I do feel more confident than how I used to just paint bucket stuff in. It's also a good way to tell if you have colors that are like really, really close together. Like if you're working on like a pale skinned character, but they have, you know, like they have a paler tone in skin, but they have like white eyes. Or, you know, like a little thing like that where like, or you have like different, you know, grays and blacks. Cause like, you know, a lot of my characters are gothic too. So like, it's a good way for you to be able to differentiate and not have colors bleed into each other as much when you're able to color block and stuff like that. So there's that. Hopefully that helped. If you like art and other things, I do my best to make a new video every Wednesday, but I've lately been having editing issues, so at least one video a week. I'm trying to do more. If you want to follow my social medias where I post almost all my art and my rambles, I have my Twitter, Instagram, and all that jazz in my Linktree link down below. Thank you, as always, to my amazing Patreon patrons. I love you so much. It's because of you guys that I can make videos like this. And because YouTube's dumb, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you do like what you see and you like my personality. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!